Paper mache is the art which was born in today's Persia and raised in Kashmir. Old Persia included today's Islamic Republic of Iran, Afghanistan, some parts of Central Asian countries, and large chunk of today's northern Arab countries till Macedonia. The year 1320 AD marks a significant shift in the socio-cultural history of Kashmir, with the establishment of the Sultanate Empire in the valley. As with most other Muslim dynasties of that time, in the Indian subcontinent, the ruling elite of the kings of Kashmir comprised a large number of foreigners, especially Persians and Central Asians. These foreigners included missionaries, preachers, and merchants, who brought with them an appreciation of art and crafts that had developed in the wider Islamic world. Hence, the Sultanate rule laid the foundation for the evolution of a unique cultural ethos, showing synthesis between the ancient traditions of Kashmir and a host of new ideas originating from Persia, Arabia, and Central Asia. The two men who stand out for their contribution to the development of this new culture are Said Ali Hamadani, from Hamadan, Iran, and Sultan Zainul Abidin. Said Ali Hamadani, who is popularly known as Shah Hamadan, was a famous Persian mystic, who is said to have been responsible for the widespread conversion to Islam in Kashmir. He brought with him a host of artisans and craftsmen, who found favor with local court. The 15th century king of Kashmir, Sultan Zainul Abidin, supplemented this work of Said Ali Hamadani. Among the various crafts that got introduced in this period was the art of making lacquered pen cases, known as karikalamdan. According to Encyclopedia Kashmir, the art of making pen cases from mashed paper was known in the Seljuk Iran, from where it must have spread to other parts of Central Asia including Samarkand. Most historical records maintain that the craft was to a large extent limited to the capital city of Srinagar, and that too within the Shia Muslim community, a majority of whom were immigrants from Persia or surrounding areas. Unfortunately, no paper mache object from the Sultanate period, that is 14th to 16th century, survives today. This art had been practiced during the Mughal period, but hardly any documentary evidences from that period survive to explain the nature and the extent of the craft. During the course of the 19th century, a number of French agents were operating within the valley. These agents, who were basically engaged in the trade of pashmina shawls, also gave an impetus to the paper mache industry. The shawls that were sent from Kashmir to France used to be packed in paper mache boxes, and once they had reached France were sold separately, fetching high price. Soon these paper mache objects carved a separate market for themselves in France and other parts of Europe. Gradually, along with boxes, paper mache flower vases were also in demand in the French market. The extent of the French influence on the local Kashmiri artisan can be gauged from the fact that the term paper mache replaced the traditional name of the craft in its native place. But the French influence had its own drawbacks. In the latter part of the 19th century, wooden boxes made of silver fir replaced the traditional paper pulp boxes. Thereafter, in the 20th century, mashed paper and wood was increasingly replaced by paperboard sheet. Thus today all of the items that are sold in the market by the name of paper mache are not made from mashed paper. Indeed, what is referred to as paper mache, both locally and internationally, is the art of nakashi, or the painting of various floral, geometrical and figurative designs and patterns on the various items, covered with lacquer.